Video 6, Missouri License Practice Test for the Missouri Prepaid Legal Insurance Exam for the state of Missouri continues now.
Number 111. Is coverage of fines part of the PPL plan benefits?
No, you still have to pay all of your own fines.
Number 112. If a person wants to use their own attorney, independent of a PPL provider attorney, who negotiates the contract with the attorney of choice, and who makes all payments to who?
This is kind of a tricky question because when you're thinking in terms of Legal Shield, you think, well, you can't use your own attorney, you have to use the provider law firm. You have to remember who's asking the question. In the case of this situation, you are talking about Prepaid Legal, the industry, not Prepaid Legal Services, Inc. or Legal Shield. Prepaid Legal Services obviously being our former company. But in the case of this, the provider attorney would negotiate. The insured pays any charges to the attorney of choice except for those that are covered by the plan. In other words, if there's a 25% discount, the 25% discount would be covered by Legal Shield, and then you would pay the remaining 75% to the attorney of choice. But that is all at the sole discretion of the provider attorney.
Number 113. How much notice will be given by PPL of any changes in contract?
I don't even have to read this entire question. I know when it's something related to notice and it's something that you have to do and you're not in trouble, it's 30 days. The answer doesn't change here. 30 days notice is required for any changes in contracts.
Number 114. Can you use the 24-hour access if someone accuses you of stalking or domestic violence?
No, it cannot be used if you are accused of stalking or domestic violence. It also cannot be used if you are accused of being under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Number 115. Who does the 24-hour access cover?
Although I don't believe the 24-hour emergency access is referenced very often on the exams today, it's important to know that every person covered by your plan is covered under the 24-hour emergency access.
Number 116. In a closed panel system, do you get to select from a list of attorneys?
No. In a closed panel system, one attorney handles the needs or one law firm handles the needs of all the members in that particular area. If you were asked a question like this, for example, what type of system would it be where you get to select from a list of attorneys? That would be an open panel system.
Number 117. Do attorneys need a prepaid legal license when collecting a retainer?
Attorneys conducting their normal course of business and collecting a retainer will never need a prepaid legal license. However, just so you understand, if that same attorney wants to market a prepaid legal plan, they would be required to have a license. So be careful and read the question closely when you're taking the test.
Number 118. You're operating a commercial vehicle with more than 2 axles when you get a moving violation. Are you covered under the moving violation section of your family plan?
You have to understand that our family plan covers you if you are operating a 2-axle vehicle. If you have more than 2 axles, we have a plan called the Commercial Driver's Legal Plan, but that most likely is not going to be on the test. So, for the sake of understanding, anytime you're operating a vehicle with more than 2 axles, it is not covered under the moving violation section of our family plan.
Number 119. If you are selling in a non-licensed state such as Colorado, under which circumstances may you dispense legal advice?
No, you cannot dispense legal advice in a licensed or unlicensed state because you are not an attorney. Unless you are an attorney, but that's a whole different story.
Number 120. Can you pass out a business card at the courthouse?
No, you cannot approach somebody in a compromised position to try and solicit business.
Number 121. Can you pass out a card at the scene of an accident?
Same thing we talked about in the previous question. No, you cannot contact somebody and try and solicit business while they are in a compromised position.
Number 122. What companies does the Director of Insurance endorse?
The Director of Insurance endorses no companies. They simply oversee the activities of the companies in that particular industry. They do not endorse anyone.
Number 123. What is a consumer restitution fund?
I'll let you read the definition for consumer restitution fund, but basically what it is it's a place where funds are held and are available to be distributed to aggrieved customers or customers that are a victim of a license law or licensee violating license law.
Number 124. What is a curative order?
Again, I'm going to let you read the definition of curative order, but basically what it is, it's telling somebody they have to do something to become compliant. You're out of line, fix this. So it's really designed to allow somebody to understand the exact action they need to do to comply with insurance laws in a given state.
Number 125. Generally speaking, what is rebating?
You have seen rebating mentioned several times during this practice test and highly emphasized during the study guide and the summary of the study guide. It basically is offering to pay any portion of a premium, offering incentives to purchase, or reimbursing any portion of the premium collected for the sale of an insurance product. So they have to pay for their own service. You cannot pay for any portion of it or give them a refund on part of it. They have to pay for their own service.
Number 126. What is the limitations of the power granted to the Director of Insurance?
As we get to the home stretch of this practice test, you should have picked up on one thing. The Director of Insurance has almost godlike powers. They can pretty much do whatever they want, whenever they want, as long as it doesn't violate the laws of the state, but they can do anything they want, whenever they want, and you're going to pay for it. That's the point that we really need to hammer home on the Director of Insurance. They're responsible for protecting the public and can take almost any action or measure necessary to do so.
Number 127. When a producer offers a prospective insured a portable dishwasher as a bonus for purchasing a policy, he/she could be guilty of A. Misrepresentation/coercion, B. Misauthorization practice, C. Unfair sales, D. Rebating.
Again, this is an exact example of rebating. You cannot offer anything of value as an inducement to purchase insurance.
Number 128. What is it called when a producer, agent, or broker makes a false statement about an insurer's financial condition? A. Defamation, B. Misrepresentation, C. Rebating, D. Twisting.
Again, a clear example of defamation. You cannot make any false or malicious statements regarding the financial condition of an insurer with the intent of injuring that insurer. That is a textbook definition of defamation.
Number 129. Which of the following describes rebating? A. Offering credits to the premium which are specified in the policy. B. Making any false, oral, or written statements that is derogatory of an insurer's financial condition. C. It is the offering of any rebate, discount of premium, or advantage not specified in the policy. D. Entering into action resulting in an unreasonable restraint of, or monopoly in, the business of insurance.
When you heard this question, you should have been able to answer it in your head before any of the options even came up. But it is rebating. It is the offering of any rebate, a discount of premium, or an advantage not specified in the policy. Rebating is considered an unfair and deceptive practice punishable by revocation of license.
Number 130. A producer must do which of the following to maintain an insurance license? A. Complete continuing education requirements. B. Pass an annual licensing examination. C. Earn an insurance designation. D. None of the above.
The answer is D, none of the above. All you really need to do to maintain your license is stay in good standing with the Division of Insurance and pay the $100 license fee prior to license expiration.
Number 131. When a mortgage company requires an applicant to buy insurance from them as a condition for a loan, this is known as A. Coercion, B. Defamation, C. Twisting, D. Unfair financial planning.
Coercion, A, is definitely the answer. Coercion is any act resulting in an unreasonable restraint of or monopoly in the business of insurance. This concludes Section 6 of the Missouri License Practice Test. Continue on Video 7.